Welcome back, everybody, to the new season of PSTV and a new season of Dynasty with your favorite two, your commish and your co-commish. Co-commish, please feel free to welcome the people back.
What's up, and welcome back to a new season.
A lot to look forward to. New great game last night too. Everybody, I think a lot of us were watching it. Fantastic, and just a good start to a new season. And hopefully, this is a good start to a new show and a new segment. So what we're doing here to kick off the show is we're going to do some preseason superlatives. So think about your high school yearbook, and maybe it's not best smile or most popular, but we are going to have most likely to turn their franchise around, most likely to start a rebuild, most likely to be part of the next massive trade, most likely to be picking the 101, and most likely to order the inaugural championship ring when it's all said and done. Which, Co-Commission, I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get that ring. You have any interest in
Same,
that
bro.
ring?
Same. It's gonna be nice.
It'd be nice. It'd be just nice. Super nice.
Just nice.
Um, all right. Most likely to turn their franchise around. First one's up. And Kokamish, can you take us through this list of nominees and
Yeah.
those bullets about just how they got here, how they even
hmm
are at the point where they need to turn the franchise around?
So your first nominee is your Coke and Mission himself, two-time toilet bowl appearances, a lot of rooks on my team. Um, didn't look too good at the beginning of Dynasty. It was an adjustment period, but with Jamar Chase, Brees Hall leading this team, that's why my team currently has the ability to turn my franchise around and potentially be a playoff contender. GOAT, 1X all toilet bowl team. He appeared the first year. Second year, finally made playoffs, but had a first round exit. Um, and then finally, your third nominee is Nish, one-time all toilet bowl team. I believe this was his first appearance, and I think his last game of the season, week 16, he had only scored for a total of 47 points. So there's a reason why each one of these teams is a contender for turning around their franchise this year. The positives for each team, I went over my team already with Jamar Chase, Beast Hall being the pivotal players for giving my team upside potential to win it. The GOAT himself, he has so many people arrested and injured. Those are the main highlights of his team, and luckily he, I mean, they're not in jail like Nish said. So I mean, they're going to be on the field and they're getting healthy this year. So his upside is definitely there for his team. And finally, Nish, it wasn't looking good, but then you turn it around during the rookie draft, and you have high upside players with Romo Doomsday, Malik Neighbors, and Caleb Williams. So definitely a comeback team potentially this year. And then
And
you're
and three
any
teams who
final?
could make some trades. Every
Yep.
one of these teams still has a chance to make some trades to get it together.
hmm
And
So winner is
for our first superlative, Kokamish himself. And he left out a few of the names on that roster that made him the pick for this. But I mean, don't sleep on Nico. Monty is still gonna give you a solid floor as well. So
mhm,
there's just a lot of depth to the team, and just there's two ways to build a team, right? There's someone like me, I'm trading every 5 seconds, and then there's a team that eyed the talent, let it grow and develop, watered it, and now they're with a chance to turn it around. So be interesting to see if that comes to fruition. And next, who's most likely to hit the reset button and start a rebuild? All right, so the nominees here are Bad Wolf, who has no toilet appearances. So it's not that they're a bad team, it's just that their
mhm,
team is old and lacks assets to tier up. Old in running back years. I mean, I know his running backs are relatively young, but then you got guys like
mhm.
Mostert and you got guys like Diggs who they're old in real years, and he's out of firsts for the most part. Like picks are just depleted.
Mhm.
So how do you tier up when you don't have the young pieces to give up or the assets to do that? Jay Moley, two-time all-toilet team, a mainstay. And, you know, the thing about his team right now is it's a young core coming into the contending window. So you think he want to rebuild, but at the same time, what you need when we have these short starting lineups is really elite players who can put up crooked numbers and change the
Mhm.
game. The question is, does he have those?
Yeah.
And then Lil Chubb, two-time all toilet, and the man who traded away Xavier Worthy on a 20-point rookie debut for scraps.
Rough.
And
Rough.
and he whiffed on his draft too. I mean, because you give away Worthy, then Benson's been hurt and he's firmly locked in as the backup. No JT Sanders sightings, no Brendan Rice sightings. It's tough. It's tough. Like
Looking
you,
rough.
we thought he could have hit the rebuild button and started going his way up now, but I don't know anymore. So when you look at these three teams, do you think they all have a chance to do a rebuild if they want to?
I think they do. Unfortunately, I think Jay Money and Lil Chubb have already given up like a significant amount of their first rounders. Bad Wolf also doesn't have picks, but I think those old guys still have value
Okay,
personally. And I do believe Bad Wolf is in other people's DMs, but I mean the
that is
winner
the
of this
truth.
is clearly Lil Chubb.
And when you're talking little Chubb, it's just you got old players and you got
Hmm.
no tangible future. Like we'll see if some of these
Hmm.
guys surprise us, but the way we're looking at it, we don't see the direction besides just tear it down from the stubs.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean he can be motivated to make moves. Like he's made moves and I mean he's not afraid to.
No doubt. All right. Next, we have most likely to be part of the next massive trade. Okamish, can you take this one away?
Yeah, your three nominees are Chili Bowl, J Moley, and the Super Mario Brothers. So Chili Bowl is in this because he currently has a lot of young wide receivers, but the thing going for him is just the fact that he's stuck in the middle. The reason why he's here is he's stuck in the middle, and we believe he will be in the massive trade conversation because he knows that he has to make a massive trade to get back to the top of the playoff contention picture. Next up, Jay Moley. He has a young core that are going to give him a nice ceiling, but unfortunately, the rest of his team doesn't give him the ability to potentially contend this year. And honestly, if you could do something with CD or Kyron, which I'm sure Jay Molly is aware of himself, if he could do, sorry, he already gave up CD and Kyron, and he's not afraid to make any other moves this
Right.
year. And he is definitely going to do it again, especially because he's tired himself of being in this rut. And then finally, the Super Mario Bros. Man, like they tore the house to the not to the nubs yet. They still have some pivotal pieces that they could let go of. But we know that they're not afraid to fucking make moves and they're gonna continue making more. They also have a lot of picks now, so I could easily see them being the team that will make a move sometime early, if not in the future.
And so, who gets this award? We will have, I mean, and for that
This
reason, they the
they
most
take it,
picks,
man.
the most picks in the league and the most willingness to trade.
Yeah, yep.
That's a great recipe for a trade partner. And now
Hmm.
you just got to figure out,
Hmm.
who do they want? What's the
Yeah.
target? When do they want to be a part of the trade, whether it's selling off the last of their contending pieces or buying into more. So
Hmm.
we'll be watching. We'll be watching Mario Bros. Most likely to be picking at the 101. So we got the nominees. We got Chili Bowl, myself, and Nish like Fish. And I mean, for the reasons on the last slide, Chili Bowl with a fully stocked pantry of picks and young receivers. I mean, that's to say, one, he already has a lot of picks, and two, if he
Hmm.
really wants to get up to the 101, if he doesn't get there, he could. So
Yeah.
he's dangerous in that way. And then speaking of those picks, he's got the Mario Bros pick and the Lil Chubb picks. So right now, those are odds-on favorites for like two of the top
Hmm.
three.
Yep.
And myself, this one, I think we're just saying that, like, of course, we got guys who can get there with the picks they already have, but don't forget about the dark horses who maybe they don't have the pick yet, but they are not afraid to go get the stuff. So
Yep.
looking at myself, I went out and I traded for the 101 last year, and I'll do it again. I mean, I'm not afraid to put together a haul for whatever it is that I want if I decide it's the
Hmm.
101. So that just makes me a nominee here. And then Nish, who, by the way, like we talked about his accolades in the previous section, but here they are again. I mean, when you're a toilet bowl team and you've got the downside potential to drop 47 in a week and you have your own pick, maybe you just get there organically. Maybe naturally,
Hmm.
maybe you're just the worst team. Maybe you do a little bit of tanking and just, try to get there on your own. It's the easiest way rather than trading up. And so that's also one way to get the job done. But if we're thinking about who's just got the most paths to getting this 101, it's Chili Bowl.
Chili Bowl. Yep.
And the way that it doesn't happen is just if somehow the Mario Bros and Chubb, you know, make some more deals, try to go all in and ruin the pick and pick up some wins.
Yeah.
That's possible. Don't know that it'll happen. I mean, they're teams that we think should be in a rebuilding window, but it's plausible. When you don't have your own pick, maybe you're gonna act dangerous, you're gonna move different. And lastly, Kukamish, take us through this
That
one.
inaugural championship ring, the nominees are
Whew.
myself, Travis, and your commission himself. So the case is for Cool Kid, Dynasty Cornerstones, CJ Stroud, Brees Hall, Jamar Chase, lots of depth in the bench. Still have my picks to potentially trade away to get into the top dog conversation. Travis, defending champ, chip on his shoulder. He's still got that same championship roster
Chip on his
plus more.
finger.
Literally, plus more. He added Mahomes, Henry, and now he has a returning healthy Kirk. And then finally, man of the hour, CMC, Marvin Harrison Jr. So much depth, so much picks. Like you can only get stronger, and that's the scary part.
I did lose some of those picks for CMC,
Yeah,
but
correct.
I've got some young players stashed away. If I need to get picks, I can get picks
I
again.
mean, you still got Jay Molly's first, right? Like that is
And
a
it's a dangerous
valuable
pick.
first that's can easily get you one of those pieces that if someone went down that you're relying on, you'll make up for it. And I forget to mention you still have Devontae Adams, Cooper Cup,
Yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah.
Tyreek
You
Hill.
you still
Like,
have Jameer Gibbs. You
sorry,
still have Nico
let me
Collins.
wipe that off. Let me
I
wipe it off.
I
Sorry.
know if we want to do it, we can do it. But I mean, all that said, and we still got to go with if you haven't beat him yet, we ain't saying it yet. So
Yep,
Travis,
pretty much.
I mean, he's built on a championship roster, and we're just gonna have to watch out. I mean, Henry, the way the Ravens played in parts of that game, I know it wasn't a complete performance, but it makes
Hmm.
you feel like Henry could put up 20 a game, a
Hmm.
touchdown, 20 touchdowns in a season, but maybe
Yep.
even 20 in a game. So
Yeah.
uh, that's a dangerous piece to give to a team that was really only a running back away from being dangerous or being dangerous to repeat. So right now
And
we
the
got
Chiefs are the toughest defense that Henry's going to face, I believe.
pretty
So, I mean,
much. So
damn.
listen, hopefully it's all up from there. But rankings wise, they're pretty consistent. We've got some flip flop on the top, and I think Bad Wolf's the big difference between us. You guys are seeing them on screen. I'm a little lower on Allen, and then as well, um, worrying about the age cliff. I think maybe there are some players, Mostert, Diggs, who could just drop a
Mm,
tier, and I don't see the depth to replace it. So I would be concerned about an
Yeah.
upper echelon ranking for him. And what about you? Why do you have the split between you and
No,
Bam?
literally same reasons that you mentioned, but I don't feel like this is the season that they slip.
That's fair.
And Diggs being in I mean, maybe better mental state at the Texans, I think he'll only continue performing.
Okay, that makes all right. All
Yep.
right. And then matchups and pick'ems. So in green, we've got the teams that we are thinking are going to win, and we'll go down the line. And then just so you guys know, next to that we have a plus number. That's the spread. Shout out to League of Extraordinary Footballers. They cover the spread in theirs, and I like that idea. So we're covering the spread here or not. And basically, we'll just go down the list. And we both have me beating GOAT, but neither of us think we'll cover the current 10-point spread
Hmm.
after this is Friday. We're recording this. We both have Chili Bowl covering the spread of 7 against Little Chubb. We both have Cool Kid, but not covering the spread against Jay Moley. We both
Hmm.
have Travis winning and covering the spread against Bad Wolf. And lastly, with this last about 50 seconds or so, uh, we have a difference of opinion on Nish versus Diego. I think Nish will win, and I like the upside of the wide receivers that Nish has. I could see those guys really popping off. Why do you have Diego pulling off actually the Mario Bros pulling off the win?
Yeah, basically, I think the Mario Bros had the edge because of the fact that Nish's team is mostly made up of rookies that, I mean, you just don't know. They're really they can be unreliable the first 6 weeks, and then after that they pop off. So that's what I'm giving the edge to the Super Mario Bros. For.
All right.
Yeah,
And that's it, guys. I mean, hope you guys enjoyed the new it's not a new format we're not doing it going forward, but just the
yeah.
segment for this preseason show. And uh, looking forward to another great season with you guys. And Kokamish, any last words?
No, just like, subscribe, follow. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Peace.